Imagine you lose a molar. Not a wisdom tooth, one of the important ones. Now, imagine that instead of going to the dentist, you just wait a few weeks and a new one grows in. Like nothing happened. Like your mouth is an infinite spare parts conveyor belt. This is not science fiction. This is what sharks do. Their entire lives. They lose a tooth, and behind it there's a conveyor belt of replacements ready to push a new one forward. No dentists, no implants, no bills. So the question is inevitable. What if we could do the same? What if humans could regrow their teeth like a shark? Today we're going to find out. According to science. Welcome to What If Science. Before we imagine a world without dentists, we need to understand the shark. A shark doesn't have one row of teeth. It has several. In some species, up to 15 rows. One behind the other, waiting their turn. When a tooth falls out, the one behind slides forward like a biological conveyor belt. Over the course of its life, a shark can lose and regrow up to 30,000 teeth. 30,000. We have 32, and if we lose one, that's it. No replacement. In fact, humans only get 2 sets of teeth in their entire lives. Baby teeth and permanent teeth. Once you lose a permanent tooth, the game is over. Why? What does a shark have that we don't? The answer lies in a special type of stem cells. Sharks have a band of tissue called the dental lamina, which works like a tooth factory. This lamina is packed with stem cells that continuously activate to produce new teeth. It's an endless cycle. One falls out, the factory kicks in, the next one comes out. Humans also had something similar. As children, our dental lamina gave us our baby teeth. But then when the permanent teeth came in, that factory was dismantled. It simply disappeared, as if nature said, "You've had 2 chances, that's enough." But here's the most fascinating fact of all. That factory didn't disappear completely. Scientists have discovered that in our gums, dormant remnants of that dental lamina still remain. Small clusters of stem cells that have been silent for decades. Like an abandoned factory with the machines still inside. And this completely changes the question. It's no longer, could we regrow teeth? It's, can we wake up the factory we already have? In recent years, several labs around the world have started working on exactly this. In Japan, a team from Kyoto University is developing a drug that blocks a protein called USH1. This protein acts like a molecular brake that keeps dental stem cells asleep. If you block the brake, the cells wake up and start producing new teeth. They've tested it in mice, and the mice have regrown teeth. Functional, complete teeth that appear where there was nothing before. Human clinical trials are planned for the coming years. If they work, we could be talking about the first pill to grow teeth. A pill, like taking an aspirin. But let's go further. Let's imagine science pulls it off. That in 10 or 15 years, regrowing a tooth is as simple as getting a filling. What would happen to the world? The first thing that would change is our relationship with health. Fear of the dentist is one of the most widespread phobias on the planet. Millions of people avoid going to the dentist even when they're in pain. If you knew a damaged tooth would fall out and a new one would grow in, the anxiety would disappear almost entirely. The second thing is hygiene. It sounds paradoxical, but having infinite teeth doesn't mean we neglect our mouths. Quite the opposite. If new teeth grow from your own cells, they need a healthy foundation. Gums, bone, the environment all have to be in good shape. So regeneration would force better hygiene, not worse. But then there's the stranger side of all this. If your teeth constantly regenerate, your smile would never be the same. Literally, each new tooth would have a slightly different shape. Your bite would shift over the years. Forensic experts could no longer identify a body by its dental records because the dental records would be different every decade. And then there's the question no one wants to ask. What happens to the dental industry? Millions of dentists worldwide, orthodontists, maxillofacial surgeons, manufacturers of implants, crowns, veneers, an industry that moves hundreds of billions of dollars every year. If we could suddenly regrow teeth, a huge part of that business would simply vanish. In fact, some say this technology might already be more advanced if it weren't for the economic interests behind the scenes. It's not a wild conspiracy theory. The pharmaceutical and dental industries have little interest in a solution that permanently fixes the problem. They prefer solutions you have to pay for every year. But science keeps advancing despite that, because dental regeneration wouldn't just serve people who lose teeth. It would serve people who are born without teeth due to genetic conditions, children who lose permanent teeth in accidents, the elderly who have spent decades with dentures. Now, let's imagine the most extreme scenario. Imagine you can not only regrow teeth, but you can control how many. Like a shark, you could decide to have a brand new set of teeth every 5 years, or even modify the shape of your teeth from within. No braces, no veneers. Your own body does the work. And that's where it gets philosophical. Because if you could regrow any body part, not just teeth, would you still be you? You change your skin every few years. If you change your teeth, your hair, your nails constantly, is there a point where the original body no longer exists? Coming back to Earth, science is close, very close. Human clinical trials are just around the corner. And if they succeed, the first tooth regrowing pill could be in pharmacies before 2035, sooner than most people imagine. So the next time you lose a tooth, don't think about an implant. Think about a shark. And remember that deep down, your body still holds the instruction manual to do it. We just need to find a key to turn it on. If you like this video, subscribe and turn on the bell. This is What If Science, and I'll see you in the next one. What about you? Would you take that pill, or would you rather keep going to the dentist? I'll read you in the comments.